Yeah, bro, so what's the difference between like let's talking about life standards, like
Mm,
economic points. You stay in South Africa, and now you are in Ghana, you've been in Africa, you've been in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire,
mm,
Lesotho, like so many places. I think I've been to few countries in Africa, but I've really never stayed for a long time, like
mm,
2 years, right?
mm,
So I'm not really going to say too much
mm.
about the countries, but I've been, but I also you've been. So what would you say? What's the difference between Ghana, and South Africa overall, like life experience, like shockings, cultural shocks, and stuff like that?
Well, I'd say, um, well, maybe in terms of development, I think South Africa is, well, I wouldn't even say all of South Africa. I'd say maybe Cape Town and Johannesburg.
Yeah,
They are the part of South Africa I know most. And I think if Africa is a country, I think South Africa is the capital. In terms of just the, like good roads, good
like
electricity,
infrastructures.
infrastructure. I think South Africa has that. Ghana is coming up. Things are not as
Mm.
organized. Traffic is like where I play basketball tonight and where I live is like maybe 38 kilometers, but it took me almost 2 hours to get here because of traffic. And
Wow. Yeah.
and so the infrastructure is not very well developed. But what I take from here is there's a lot of love. Even if you
Mm.
are um, doing your own hustle, people take inspiration from you. Like I go for runs sometimes, and you see little
Exactly.
children also now, also seeing if they see that you are serious and you're consistent with what you are doing, it inspires them.
Yeah.
I didn't have that feeling, in I didn't feel like maybe I inspired people in South Africa by living my own life, but
Yeah.
I didn't feel it like how I feel it here. Like every small thing that you're doing, you kind of feel like you're contributing to sifting people's opinions, and I think that's important. It's not like I'm going around talking to people, but you just live your life,
Yeah.
and you kind of feel that look, you are leaving an imprint. Um,
Yeah.
so I think
Yeah.
that's. Mhm.
You guys revolutionized the game of basketball. Like basketball in South Africa was really like nothing, but now I see guys are improving thanks to you.
Yes, yes,
You
yes,
know.
yes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the UCT culture. I think I was definitely part of that. But it's
Yeah.
not like I was the LeBron or
Mm.
anything. I think some of these things are cultural thing. Like if ball is life for you and you live it like that, people also,
Yeah.
you create a community of ballers. Ballers will find you. And I think, because even the thing with South Africa, if you look at ball, for example, it's mostly now you have a lot of like indigenous South Africans also playing ball, but it's mostly Congolese, Zimbabweans, Ghanaians, and Nigerians. We come together
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we play ball together, and it's like a fraternity.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
When I
mm,
came to South Africa, really seriously, I used to think that because when I used to play basketball in Congo, basketball is actually big, but there is no infrastructure, you know.
mm,
Um, And then when you come to a country with infrastructures like South Africa, where like you cannot really travel a city without football stadium, like
mm,
in Cape Town, like you cannot really going like for 20 kilometers without basketball courts. And
mm,
then you go there, you find like the youth is not really empowering themselves like to play basketball, and then you
mm,
be like, damn, really? So I had that like that shock when I came to South Africa. And when you go there, you just find so many of the people that are playing basketball, they are foreign. It's not
mm,
really a culture like here in Cape Town. When you go to Battery Park
mm,
in there by Cape Town, you find Filipinos, Congolese,
mm,
Gabonese,
mhm,
few people from Zim, Cameroonians,
mm,
Ghanaians, Nigerians, and be like, you find really few South Africans.
mm,
And but now it's kind of like evolved, and then we already have like NBA stores, and
mm,
all that. So it's pretty much it's getting there. So I'm sure within 10 years, basketball is gonna be a big thing, right?
mm. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
mm,
So I remember you sent me that poster of like Israel and Iran, bro. That was a hell of a fight, bro. The world is
mm.
going crazy.
Yes, yes, yes. It's well, eh, it's I don't know, since I was born, like Middle East has always been fighting. So it's just now, you have different personalities involved. I
Yeah,
think that's what makes it shocking. Uh, however, it's yeah. I feel like maybe crazy is a good word because now, for example, I don't know whether you've been following the news lately, but you have the media now saying that, oh, the bomb that was dropped by by Trump and his team was not effective, and if you are telling him that, the implication is that now you want him to go and drop another bomb. But these are the same people that will say that. Yeah, you see where it's going, because now he's now coming out to say that no, like I dropped the bomb and it was effective,
yeah,
and now, if you keep on taunting him that it was not effective, surely he's going to drop
yeah,
another bomb. But these are the same people that will tell you that, oh, don't drop a bomb too, but so I don't
yeah.
really, I do think it's crazy because you even sometimes those who are speaking out against it seem to
Mm.
be speaking out against it, but they secretly want it to happen.
Yeah, 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 exactly, exactly. Ish, for me, I think propaganda is very big, and
Mhm,
then but I read an article where the Iranian minister of something like nuclear, he admitted that the nuclear facilities they were really bad, damaged, which is you can literally tell they've been hit so much, but also it's just like you can't compare Iran to Israel because Israel
mm,
needs support from the West, while Iran is really a sovereign state, which is,
mm,
and they were very quick. The Americans, they were very quick because they knew Israel is gonna lose, because they lost actually, based on budget. They can't
mm,
continue fighting Iran because they run out of money and they need money from America. So
mm,
I don't know. What do you understand about that? I don't know. You can cut me if I'm wrong because that's what I've read.
mm, mm. Well, I must say I don't know much about the money situation, but what I do know, for example, is that um so basically the situation is that America and a lot of the Western world, they don't want Iran to develop nuclear energy to the point where they can manufacture medicine, bombs and weapons. And
Yeah,
but Israel has nuclear capability, and Israel has nuclear bombs.
exactly.
America has nuclear bombs. Some, Russia has nuclear bombs. So it seems like there are certain technologies that only a select few are trusted with those technologies. And if you even think about South Africa, for example, Denel, Denel is an arms manufacturing company. It used to be a
Yes. Yeah.
state-owned institution. When apartheid ended, part of the agreement that was that Mandela made also was that South
Yeah.
Africa will not develop nuclear weapons. But the Afrikaners, when
Yeah.
they were in
Yeah.
power, they were developing nuclear weapons. So somehow the Afrikaners could be, according to the West, have more custody and be able to deal with the nuclear weapons better than maybe former terrorist, because Mandela was also seen as a terrorist, right? So a former terrorist
Exactly.
leader, who now has like nuclear weapons, so that whole, for me, that's one of the big questions for me. That why is it that some countries can be trusted with nuclear weapons and other
Yeah.
countries are, are not to be trusted with nuclear weapons? So that's what stands out for me with this whole Israel Iran fight.
Yeah. As for Africa, like it's actually very sad we don't have any country with the biggest army that can representing us to the top of the world. Um, and also if you know, like they face atomic bomb that was
mm,
the uranium that was used to bomb Nagasaki and
mm.
Hiroshima came from Congo, you know. So
Oh,
and then
mm.
yeah,
I
they
didn't
had
know that.
to.
Mm,
It's come from Congo. The mining called Shinkolobwe mining, which is
mm,
located in the southeastern Congo in Katanga, but
mm,
they had to dismantle everything after that, and
mm,
then they took a big number of uranium, so I mean they can use it to their favor and
mm,
stuff like that. But yeah, so I think it's all about keeping the power, and they don't want Africa just to have those certain power, you know.
mm.
This is the reason why they were after this guy of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, because now he signed a deal with Russians nuclear programs where he wants um, to develop some nuclear facilities in Burkina Faso and in Mali also. So that guy, they are after him. They are
Yes,
really
yes,
after him.
yes.
Did you see that?
Yes, I have, but also, the thing about Traore also, what I've noticed is that there's also um a lot of fake news about him as well.
Mm,
Ghana is very
mm,
close to Burkina Faso, and there are some Burkina Faso, citizens that
yeah,
um, are not exactly happy with Traore. They are. I've been in. I know of certain people that can even attend policy discussions, and they don't even want their names to be mentioned that they
to be
attended.
mentioned.
Yes, because they are afraid of persecution from Traore.
Oh,
So,
oh, really?
so
Is he a dictator?
so I don't know. And it's not for me to say, but I,
Mm,
I, I do think that when it comes to military regimes,
mm,
power, is political power is through the gun.
yeah,
Every government, you need a military, you need an army, and you need a police. A government is the person who has the organization is having a monopoly on violence. So if you are